The story of Kisagotami and the mustard seed. Long ago, in the ancient kingdom of Savatthi, there lived a woman named Kisagotami. She was a loving mother who adored her only child, a young son. Her life revolved around him, and she cared for him with unwavering devotion. However, tragedy struck when her son fell gravely ill, and despite Kisagotami's desperate efforts, he passed away. Kisagotami was devastated by the loss of her beloved child. She refused to accept that he was gone and clung to his lifeless body, hoping for a miracle. She wandered through the streets of the city carrying her lifeless son and asking everyone she met if they could help her bring him back to life. People in the city, seeing her grief and delirium, directed her to seek help from the Buddha, who was known for his wisdom and compassion. Kisagotami approached the Buddha and with tears streaming down her face pleaded, "Oh, great teacher, can you bring my son back to life? I have heard that you possess great powers." The Buddha, his heart full of compassion for the grieving mother, replied, "I can help you, but first you must fulfill a small task. Go to the city and find me a mustard seed from a household where no one has ever experienced the pain of death." Relieved to hear the Buddha's words, Kisagotami eagerly set out on her mission. She went from house to house, knocking on doors and asking for a mustard seed. But in each household she encountered the same story. The family had experienced the death of a loved one. Some had lost parents, some siblings, and some children. But death had touched every home. As Kisagotami moved from one house to another, the realization slowly dawned upon her. She came to understand that suffering, particularly the pain of losing a loved one, was a universal part of the human experience. There was no household untouched by the sorrow of death.
With this newfound wisdom, Kisagotami returned to the Buddha, carrying her son's lifeless body. She bowed before him and said, "Great teacher, I have understood your message. There is no household untouched by the pain of death. I no longer seek to defy the natural order. Please teach me the path to inner peace and acceptance." The Buddha, seeing that Kisagotami had gained insight into the impermanence of life and the universality of suffering, began to impart his teachings to her. He explained the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, guiding her toward a deeper understanding of life's nature and the means to find inner peace. Kisagotami, now a devoted disciple of the Buddha, dedicated her life to the practice of his teachings. She eventually attained a profound level of wisdom and inner peace, accepting the impermanence of all things and the inevitability of death. This story of Kisagotami and the mustard seed illustrates the profound Buddhist teachings on impermanence, suffering, and the importance of acceptance. It conveys the message that suffering is an integral part of human existence, and true liberation comes from understanding and accepting this reality. Through her journey, Kisagotami learned that the path to peace lies not in escaping suffering, but in transforming our relationship with it through wisdom and compassion.
Stay ignorant.